Are you a girl? Do you have a sex question that you've been dying to ask a guy, but you just don't have the courage to? Well, today I'm solving all of your problems. Hi guys, my name is Alex. I am a sex coach, and today I'm going through 20 steamy, juicy sex questions that women are just too afraid to ask men. And as a male sex coach, I am extremely qualified to answer these questions, so that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully, if you guys have these similar questions, you can learn from it, take from it, improve your sex lives because of it, and just have a good time right now. Alright, so let's get into it. So this is a continuation of a previous video that I did doing the exact same thing. These are 20 additional questions that women are too afraid to ask, starting with number 21. When you hug us, can you feel our boobs touching your chest? Yes, and it's pretty awesome. So, highly recommend. Hug me all you want. Number 22. Do you guys really always think about sex? No. That's such a misconception. For some reason, people have that thing where like men think about sex every 7 seconds. Trust me, that is not me or a lot of men that I know. If you are thinking about sex all the time, then you might have an issue. You might be a sex addict. You might need some help. Number 23, why do you enjoy eating ass? Well, that's oddly specific, and some people might not enjoy eating ass. And why do you enjoy eating it? Well, why do people enjoy doing anything? It's just their preference. They just like it. So, kind of an odd question. I don't think you're going to get anything more deep than that. Then it's just because they like it and it turns them on in some way. Number 24. Do you guys honestly like the choking noises women make in porn while sucking dick? Some will, some won't. Honestly, any question that has to deal with preference is going to be individually preference based, right? It's going to be opinion based, so it's going to vary depending on who you ask. So it's not necessarily a universal question to all men. You can't say all men like that. Some men will, some men won't. Me? I mean, if you're down there, then I don't care what you're doing. Number 25. Why do you keep adjusting yourself down there? Well, because things shift around and it's not that comfortable having external things hanging out down there. Sometimes it gets hot and sweaty and sticky and you gotta move it around. Sometimes the seam of your pants is just like touching it the wrong way. It's very sensitive down there, and it's just all about comfort, really. That's all I can say about it. It's about comfort. That's why we're adjusting. It's not because you have a boner or that you're turned on or that you want to touch yourself. No, I mean, there might be creepy guys out there doing that, but no, it's just a comfort thing. I would think it's similar to girls wearing bras and doing this whole thing where they're adjusting that. So, same concept. Number 26. Do you really want to bang all our friends too? So, another misconception that all men are just horn dogs that want to have sex with anything that moves, basically, that's human. And no, it's not true. I mean, there will be some guys that do want to do that, and there will be some guys that don't. But I would say probably the majority of what I've seen is that no, that's not the case. Most people prefer monogamy. I would say that trying to sleep around, all that kind of stuff, that's actually the minority. And in the way TV and media represents sex, that's not what you would think. And the porn industry, of course, that's not what you would think. But from what I've seen in practice, anecdotally, that is what I've seen, that monogamy is the number one choice. And you can tell because people get extremely jealous about even talking about wanting to have sex with someone else. 27. When you pee, do you wipe your dicks? I think most guys don't. I do. For some reason, I do. So, yeah, there's something about me that you can store in your brain somewhere. Hopefully not come back to haunt me. Number 28. Do you care about a girl's number or previous sex? Number 28. Let me try that again. Number 28. Do you care about a girl's number of previous sex partners? Again, this is going to be individually based. Some people will, some people won't. Me personally, I don't care that much because who cares what people did in the past? If they have learned, if they have grown from those experiences and they're better for it, then good. I'm glad they had those experiences. I think people caring about number of previous sex partners is somewhat of an insecurity thing. I think they want to be sure that they stack up and that they're as good as sexual partners or the best sexual partner or have the biggest penis. And I think that's kind of a misguided notion. I think that's a shame. It's kind of society telling you that. It's also society's telling you that if a girl has a lot of sexual partners, they're unpure somehow, they're dirty, they're whores, they're sluts. But, you know, when it comes to guys, it's like, hell yeah, dude, you can bang however many people you want, and we don't care. We actually encourage it. It's good if you do it. So it's all messed up, but again, it's going to be individual preference based, so whatever. Number 29, would it ever be a deal breaker for you if your significant other would not give blowjobs? For me, it might, because for me, it would tell me that they're maybe closed-minded or shut off or afraid to do something, and that I think could potentially affect your future sex, because what else aren't they willing to do? What else aren't they willing to try? And sex is all about exploration. Sex is all about kind of growing together as a relationship, in a relationship, so I would say that might be kind of a sexual red flag. Someone that is judgmental about something, that's shut off to something, that doesn't want to try something. If they're shut off about that, then the sex with them is probably not going to be that great, because they're probably going to be shut off, judgmental about other things in sex. Closed-mindedness leads you nowhere in terms of sexual pleasure. Number 30, do you genuinely like giving oral? I would say it depends on my mood. And yeah, it depends on my mood. If I know that it's going to be something that really turns on my partner and really gets them off, yeah, I'm going to be into it because I like doing that kind of stuff. But if I'm not in the mood for it, which could happen, then I just won't do it. And so it's kind of situationally dependent. Number 31, how do you keep your butts clean when you have all that hair and no natural lubrication? Okay, I use wet wipes and I guess I shower regularly. So there's that. Number 32, does telling a guy it's your first time really freak them out? Depends on the person. It would maybe freak out some people because there's some pressure involved in it, but for me, it wouldn't really freak me out. I'm at the age where I don't think I would be having sex with someone that it's their first time. So yeah, I would say it's an individual thing. It's a situational thing. Depends on the person too. Number 33, have you ever tried to give yourself blowjobs? Yes, and I think if you answer no to this question as a guy, you are lying. Number 34, if a woman is really nice to you, do you assume she's into you? No. I think maybe if you're young and naive, you might think that. Or if you're not that social or not that extrovert, you might think that. I mean, I don't. I tend to assume that they're not into me, which is maybe a mistake the other way. But yeah, that's how I feel. Number 35, big feet, big meat. True or not? No, that is not true at all whatsoever. Otherwise, I have such big feet, and otherwise I would have such a massive penis, and it's just such a shame. Why couldn't it have just been equal, It's just one of those things. 36, what do you guys really think when a woman queefs? Okay, I don't know. I mean, it can be off-putting, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Some people are gonna like it, I think. So I wouldn't be embarrassed about it. It's something that if you're embarrassed about it, it's going to ruin a sexual experience. I try my hardest not to have my partner be embarrassed about anything during sex, because I don't want them to have that shame associated with sex. I don't want them to pull themselves out of the experience and not be present anymore because they're insecure, they're thinking about these things. So I always try to reassure them that it doesn't matter what happens during sex. You can make mistakes, you can do these kind of things. What matters is that we're enjoying the experience, having fun. That is what matters. In that case, then no, I don't really care. Number 37, are big areolas a turn-off? Another personal preference thing. It's going to depend on the person. It's kind of a wasted question. Number 38, is a 20-year-old being a virgin a turnoff? No, absolutely not. Who cares? Everyone matures and develops at different rates, different speeds. I would say it's worse to lose your virginity at a young age, like 14, 13, like people are doing these days, than to wait longer, obviously. So no, it's not a turnoff at all whatsoever. Number 39, is it hard not to get feelings in friends with benefits situations? Yeah, because sex connects people on a deep emotional level. You release hormones that make you love that other person, which is why I don't recommend casual sex. I don't recommend friends with benefits situations like this, because you can't just ignore that process, that biological process that is bonding you to another human being when you have sex. That is something inherent that's going to happen regardless of what you think, regardless of how you wish it wouldn't or are trying to avoid. It's going to happen. So yes, it is hard to not get feelings in a friends with benefits situation and a casual hookup situation. And if you do it over and over again and try to divorce the connection, the emotional connection part from sex, it's going to lead you down a bad psychological state eventually. Number 40, how do you feel about body hair on women? Depends where the hair is, I guess. I mean, I don't care about pubes or anything like that. I feel like if they had like a mustache or a beard, it might throw me off. Armpit hair is not that big of a deal to me. It's going to be personal preference though. I think I would prefer less hair, but yeah, another personal preference thing. So I can't give the best answer because it's going to vary. And that'll do it. Those were 20 questions that women are too afraid to ask men about sex. And what I do want to emphasize is that you should not be afraid to ask any of these questions to your sexual partner. They are the best person to ask these questions, especially the individual preference ones. And you should ask these questions. It's going to improve the sex that you are having. It's going to get you guys more comfortable with each other and have better sexual outcomes because of it. So don't be afraid to ask questions, especially in the realm of sex, and then you will have amazing sex all the time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. Hope you guys can get out there and have amazing sex. Bye, guys.